Are you scrolling? It's probably how you found this video, how long you watched the video, how many likes, comments, shares, influences what you see.
Travel pillows? We've been wearing them the wrong way.
Shut up.
Although what you do on social media may seem insignificant to your overall well-being, it does matter.
Supposed to twist the seasoning bottle, not shake it.
Twist it.
Well, social media has essentially taken human connection and turned it into a drug by distilling it down to the essential properties that make something addictive.
For others, social media has been a place where they found lost family members, organ donors.
So if you have a boat,
Meaningful life events that have happened around the world. But cell phones and social media are so deeply connected to every aspect of our lives.
TikTok taught me.
Our work, family, school, that most experts say we can't easily quit. And to understand why social media is so addictive, we have to look into how our brain works. The brain controls thought, memory, emotion, along with all the five senses and every process that regulates our body. All those tasks are performed by pathways, where the brain sends messages to the nervous system and the nervous system sends messages back. We'll focus on the brain's reward system. Here is where dopamine is mostly produced, a type of neurotransmitter also called a feel-good hormone. That is sent to four pathways. One of those is the mesolimbic dopamine pathway, which is connected to the amygdala and the hippocampus. The first processes emotion, while the latter is essential for learning and memory. Too much or too little dopamine affects how we learn, get motivated, our mood, attention, our heart rate, and many other behaviors and physical functions. And this is where studies show the addictiveness of social media.
When we engage with social media, it releases a lot of dopamine in the brain's reward pathway, lights up the same part of the brain as drugs and alcohol. It's incredibly accessible. We have 24/7 access to this particular drug. It's bountiful in the sense that it's practically speaking infinite. TikTok never runs out. And number four, it's incredibly novel. The AI algorithms learn what we've liked before and actually push to us the suggestion that we want to keep going or check out the next new thing.
In late May, the Surgeon General put out an advisory about the effects of social media on youth mental health. He highlighted adolescence and childhood as a critical stage in brain development and that young people are more at risk when they're spending too much time on social media.
The bottom line is we don't have enough evidence to say that this is in fact sufficiently safe for our kids. What we have instead is growing evidence that tells us that social media use is often associated with harms to our kids. And my growing concern is that social media has become an important contributor to that youth mental health crisis.
But how do you explain this to teenagers? 18-year-old Mariana Myers tried to do just that. She animated a visual essay named Nomophobia, or Nomobophobia, for her English class in Arizona on what it looks when you're addicted to social media.
The idea of the video was kind of a cautionary tale as to saying how technology, smartphones in particular, and social media can be great. It can be a great tool, a way to connect, but it can also lead to overuse, and overuse can lead to a lot of negative consequences.
Myers' video is now part of a lawsuit in her home school district, which is suing Meta, Snapchat, TikTok, and YouTube for creating what they say is a health crisis among America's youth. Although similar lawsuits have been filed across the country, like in California and Washington, access to social media is everywhere. Dr. Limke says moderation is key. She then recommends a dopamine fast and to become aware of the 3 C's: control, compulsion, and consequences.
If we're using it in an out of control way, if we're using it in an automatic, compulsive way that we can't stop even when we want to, and if we're having consequences as a result of our use, we really have to take a hard look at that behavior, try to make it change.
Similar to what Miles Crawford and Charlene de Guzman show in their short documentary, I Forgot My Phone.